Hi everyone, in this tutorial we're gonna go ahead and create another Android application. So just click on this start a new Android Studio project, and then for the application name just type in here app 33 and then click on next. Here choose API 16 Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, next, and blank activity, next, and then click on finish. Now let's actually delete this hello world text view here, and then press on delete key on your keyboard. Now let's actually double click on this rest folder here, layout, and then activity underline main.xml, and then here select this floating action button and then press on delete key on your keyboard. Okay, so now let's actually go back inside this content underline main.xml, and now let's actually click on this text tab here. Okay, and here let's actually change this relative layout here to text view. Okay, and then here as you can see we have text view here inside these tags. So in this tutorial we want to actually create a simple list application. Okay, so let's actually go to the Android documentation. As you can see, we have this array adapter here. Okay, and this array adapter inherits all of the features and behaviors of this base adapter class, and implements the filterable interface and this themed spinner adapter. So as you can see here, it says a concrete base adapter that is backed by an array of arbitrary objects. Okay, by default this class expects that the provided resource ID references a single text view. Okay, however, the text view is referenced, okay, it will be filled with the toString of each object in the array. Okay, you can add lists or arrays of custom objects. Okay, so that's why we actually changed this relative layout here to text view. Okay, because we want to actually add our array of objects into this text view here. Okay, so as you can see here inside this design tab, instead of a relative layout we have a text view. Okay, so now let's actually go back inside this main activity class here. Okay, and then let's actually delete these lines of code that are related to the options menu. Okay, and then delete this block of code that is related to the floating action button, and now we can actually put in our own codes here. So now inside of this main activity class I'm gonna put in some lines of code, and then I'm gonna actually explain to you what's going on here. So as you can see here, we have an array of string values here. Okay, so here as you can see, the name of our array is course names, and I actually assign these values to my array as you can see here. Okay, so here in line 12 I declared an object of type array adapter. Okay, and as you can see here, this object actually accepts values of type string. Okay, so now we want to actually create a list view. Okay, so instead of extending from the app compat activity, this time we want to actually extend from this list activity class. Okay, so what is this list activity class? Let's actually go back to the Android documentation. As you can see here, we have this list activity class here, and in your web browser you can just type in this URL and you will be guided to this page. So here as you can see, this list activity class actually inherits all of the features and behaviors that are inside of this activity class. Okay, so as you can see here, now it says an activity that displays a list of items by binding to a data source such as an array. Okay, so we have an array in our project. As you can see here, this is our array. Okay, so to a data source such as an array or cursor, and exposes event handlers when the user selects an item. Okay, list activity hosts a list view object, okay, that can be bound to different data sources, typically either an array or a cursor holding query results. Okay, so let's actually go back to the Android Studio here. As you can see, let's actually as you can see, we cannot anymore call this method, as you can see here. So let's actually delete this method here, and let's actually delete this object. And we don't want to actually call this set content view, as you can see here, r.layout activity main here anymore, because this method is for actually showing the layout to the user. Okay, so we don't want to call this method, okay, because we have a text view inside this content underline main.xml. Okay, so we don't want to actually call this set content view here. Okay, now I want to actually instantiate this adapter object, as you can see here, that I actually declared in line 11. So I want to instantiate this object inside this onCreate method, as you can see here. Okay, so I'm gonna paste this line of code here, and then I'm gonna explain to you what's going on here. So as you can see here, this is the line of code that I actually pasted here. Adapter, so I actually referred to the name of this adapter object. Okay, assignment operator, new, okay, array adapter. Okay, as you can see inside these tags, I put in this string here. Okay, and then inside the parentheses, I need to actually assign some values. First of all, I need to actually specify the context. Okay, so the context is this class. Okay, main activity.this, and then I need to actually specify the view that I want to actually put in my array objects to. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the view. Okay, I want to actually put these array values to this view. Okay, r.layout.content main. Okay, content underline main, and these are the values, these course names. As you can see here, I actually referred to the name of this array. Okay, course names, these are the values that I want to actually put in this view. I want to actually call a method that we actually inherit from this list activity class. So I can just type in here set list adapter. As you can see here, we have this method. So if I actually hold the command key and click on this method here, for Windows users, you can actually hold the control key and then click on this method. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the method that is inside of this list activity.java class. Okay, set list adapter, and this method actually accepts an argument of type list adapter. Okay, adapter. So let's actually go back inside this main activity.java file here, and as you can see here, we have this adapter object here. As you can see here, array adapter, and we can actually put this adapter here. Okay, so as you can see here, now let's actually run our project and see what happens. Okay, so as you can see here, now our application is running on this emulator here, and now we can see these values here. Okay, Android developer course, iOS developer course, and other values. Okay, so we have a simple list view in our application. So now I want to actually do something when the user clicks on one of these items inside of this list view. Okay, so for that purpose, we need to actually implement an interface. So here, just type in implements adapter view, okay, dot on item click listener. Okay, we need to actually implement this on item click listener interface, as you can see here. And here inside of this onCreate method, first of all, let's actually create an object of type ListView. So just type in here ListView, and the name of our object is ListView assignment operator. And then here I want to actually call a method that we actually inherit from this list activity class. So here after the assignment operator, just type in here get ListView. So as you can see here, this method is going to actually get the list view of our application, and then it's going to actually assign that list view to this object ListView. So if I actually hold the command key and press on this method here, as you can see, so this method is actually inside this list activity.java file, and this is our method. Okay, so let's go back inside this main activity.java file here, and after this line of code in line 25, let's actually refer to the name of this object ListView.set on item. As you can see here, set on item click listener, and here inside of this parenthesis, we need to actually put in a value of type on item click listener. So because this main activity class is actually implementing this adapter view.onItem click listener interface, as you can see here, so there is an is/are relationship between these two, between this main activity class and this onItem click listener interface. So here I can just type in a main activity dot this. Okay, here I am specifying that this main activity class is going to be the listener. Okay, and then after the ending curly brace of this onCreate method here, as you can see, we need to actually implement, as you can see here, it says class main activity must either be declared abstract or implement abstract method on item click here, as you can see. So here, after the ending curly brace of this onCreate method and inside of this main activity class, let's actually override this method on item click here, as you can see here, and then press on enter key on your keyboard.